Hi, I'm Shane Malach from IamImpact.com, and this is my shockingly honest Profits theme review. Profits theme is another one of those themes that lets you create sales pages and squeeze pages and stuff like that. And here's what happens when you install it on WordPress. You get this extra list of options here, and you have your usual setup options as you'd expect them, and you have your design options and all that. But you also have a few nice things like launch options, which lets you create launch pages that look like this. This is like a guru type launch page. You have your page title here. You can have your video, that's like your pre-launch content, social sharing, comments, and your previews for the upcoming videos. And you can create this the right way where people have to opt in to see your launch content, and they have to wait until a certain date until they can see the next part, and so on. And you can have these as normal launches and evergreen launches, and you can set all that up in the launch options. Then there's the membership part where you can actually create different products. So I can set up products here, give that a name, and then sell them through ClickBank or PayPal. I can set a price. I can have them one time or recurring. And this is one of the things I really like. If you look at what just happened there, if I set this to a free product, then all I do is I give it a name and that's it. And one of the great things about Profits theme is that it has many, many options, and those options are all in the right places. So it's never too complicated, because I go to membership, I go to products and levels, and I set up my thing here. If I choose a payment processor, I get some extra options, right? If I choose recurring billing, I get some extra options, but I don't get a huge screen with a huge list of options right away that just overwhelms me. It's always clear why these options are appearing and what they do. Same thing happens here. I can integrate this with an autoresponder, and it's always very well explained what's going on. Profits theme really does a really good job of having tons of options, but packaging them up in such a way that it's still quite easy to use. What's also quite nice is that there's a page generator right here where you can tell it to, you can enter your basic information here, and then you can tell it to create pages for you, and it will create various templates for squeeze pages, sales pages, launch pages, and it will even create privacy policy and disclaimer pages for you. So that's quite nice. Makes the whole process a lot quicker if you want to go this way. So let's look at some more page types that you can create with Profits theme. This is one of them. This is the sales page example that I usually create. And as you can see, you have these various elements you can add. You can easily add testimonials, styled bullet points, and various text boxes. And here's what it looks like in the editor. There are two aspects to this. On the one hand, you have your regular editor with a few additional options here, like the option for creating boxes, inserting graphics and stuff like that. And what's really good here is that you can see the boxes, for example, that you create, or the bullet points that you create, the styled bullet points. You can see them right inside the editor, but it's not done with inline HTML. It's done with proper CSS. And in fact, the great thing is it even adds these comments in the editor. So you see Profits theme box starts here and ends here, right? So in addition to it being done right, it's done with div IDs and classes. It's not, just tons of inline HTML. It's done right. But in addition to that, they even add these comments in the WordPress editor to make it easier to organize when you're looking at it like this. So that's really, really well done. And as opposed to some of the other themes I tried, here the stuff works the way you expect it to. So let's say I want to add some bullet points, and I want these bullet points to be this blue check mark. I simply click on this, and there it is, and I start adding bullet points. It's as simple as that, right? There's no weirdness about it essentially, and there's no shortcodes. It's not confusing. It's really just the way you want it to be and the way it should be. The second aspect is that down here there's a drag and drop editor. First of all, the page settings are in here, so you can change all the aspects of the page here, and you can select your theme, or your template rather, for the page here. And there are a selection of templates, and each template comes with a selection of different colors. And you can change many page aspects here if you want to. And then you can have page elements like your header. You can edit the header here, and you can drag and drop other stuff. So if you want a subheading, for example, I can simply drag and drop that, put it in here. If I have a video, embed a video here, I can also do that with this option here. So there's a bit of both, right? There's a bit of drag and drop editing, and there is the normal editor. The only downside here is that there's only one main content area. So while there are columns here, and this is just out of line because of the screen size right now, so usually it looks better than that. You have a left column and right column, but there's no like 960 grid system. And there's only one place where you can have the main content. So you can't, for example, have some content, then a video, and then some more content. Well, of course you still can, but you have to embed the video in here. So you can't use this drag and drop builder for everything. It's not ideal. I would have liked to see, I think it would be better if you could have multiple content areas and they just open multiple editors, but it's pretty well done as it is. All right, then 2 more page examples that I haven't shown yet. Number 1, squeeze pages. Again, you can pick from various templates to make this look right, and they generally look good. And this, the pre-styled stuff here looks good. If we go into the page editor here, you'll see that this is done with the drag and drop builder. There is the opt-in form here, and I can select what the opt-in form looks like, and I have a bunch of templates to choose from here as well. Choose that, save the settings, and you can see there's tons of other settings as well. They're all there if you want them, but it's not forced on you. You don't have to go through tons of options to make a page look good. And that's really the best thing about ProfitsTheme, is the way it gives you many options if you want them, but you don't have to wade through tons of options just to make something work. The final type of page is the membership content page, which looks like this, very, very similar to the OptimizePress member pages. All right, so here are 3 things I like about ProfitsTheme. Number 1, it's very feature rich, right? It comes with launch pages. You can do evergreen launches. You can also, it still has a functioning blog and all of that stuff. A functioning blog, in fact, with easy ways to integrate opt-in forms in the header and then the sidebar and so on. Tons of features, and it manages to put all of these options into a fairly easy to use interface. In fact, of all the themes I've tested, this is the best balance between offering many features but still having a user-friendly interface. And number 3, it comes with a pretty solid membership feature. It's not just like an afterthought, it's a pretty well done membership feature, but it also realizes that it's not the end-all be-all of membership scripts, which is why it also offers integration with Digital Access Pass and Wishlist, which I think is very, very cool. Now, usually next I talk about 3 things I don't like about this theme, but really there aren't 3 things I don't like about ProfitsTheme. The only fault I can make with it is that the design lets the rest of the theme down a little bit, because if we go back and look at one of these pages, it doesn't look terrible, but it has a bit of a retro feel. It's not very modern. It doesn't really have much of a wow factor. It also misses some styling options that something like OptimizePress has. It's basically mostly limited to these boxes and bullet points. While there are many options for making these boxes and so on, it just doesn't quite have the polished look, the polished feel that you get from some of the other themes and their styling options. And really, that's the only thing I can fault with this. I think, with a better design, if you just kind of modernize the design a little bit, made it all look a little bit better, a little bit sexier, the whole thing could leave a better impression. My verdict is that the design stuff really is a relatively minor fault in an overall very, very good theme that is ProfitsTheme. Is it the best one? Should you spend your money on it? To find out, go to the link below this video to find my full review, which compares OptimizePress, InstaBuilder, Flex, Squeeze, Authority Pro, and many others to find out which one is actually the best. I'm Shane Milach from imimpact.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.